Hey guys, Skatem here, welcome back to the Spazcraft. So today we are going to be continuing the work on our little mail room over here. So I think what we're actually going to do is get started building the rails back further over there and getting work on the top stuff and connecting it to MikeSpace. So I'm going to go grab some supplies and then we're going to get started on that. Okay, I've grabbed some rails and I already laid out one track, so I kind of knew where I was going, and I set down some of these torches. But basically what's going to happen is that we're going to have the top tracks going along and going around back, and I think I'll leave the three bottom tracks going straight, and those are going to head down to our whatever's down there, like Gur's house, Preston's house, and like the dye factory. So we're just going to go along and just kind of wing it on. Oops, let me put another one of these here. Hopefully we'll have enough power. You want to use as little of these as possible, just resource-wise, but you want enough so you have power to go up. And then I made this track come along here a bit. I'll put another one down. And we brought this up because we want this to go over, and this is going to be the hole that for mics to drop into. So when the rail's coming along this way, oops, goes there, and then I'm going to use a lot of these here and just bring it up. Okay, so when the rail's coming along this way from Mike's house, it just goes straight and then it falls down. When it's going the other way, it comes off of this and goes there. And therefore we can use only one track for the whole thing, but I think I have a minecart in here. Yes, I do. I'm just going to follow this guy along, and hopefully he goes all the way, and it works. You can see him go up there, and yes, he continues. But yeah, that's pretty much that. I think we're going to stop with Mike's there, because we need to figure out where his is, but we'll connect up to him in an episode 2. And then going back, it just goes and like so. Yeah, pretty simple. I think doing this one and doing like any more that connect just up here in this basic room, I might do in a time lapse or just off screen, because doing that like 8 or 9 times is going to be boring. But we're going to go and work on connecting first up to our storage room and also down to the dye factory. Okay, so we are in single player on the redstone testing world, or the Spazcraft testing world, I guess it really is. It's all Spazcraft stuff. But I've built an import and export for up at our storage room. So the import's really simple. We have like items, and then we push this little guy here, and then he's on there, and it's taking the items out. And once it's out of items, then this piston will come back up, and he will go on his merry way. You can help him along a little bit. Yep, and there you go. It goes and leaves. And then over here, we have the exports, and this one's a little more complicated. And that's because I think it's actually working from here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move these around. These are not actually helping it, and I just broke everything by breaking that block. But basically, yeah, it's taken in the items. Whoop-de-doo. So, and then over here, what I just broke was this item hopper that was filled like that. And that's telling this guy not to turn on. If this wasn't here, this guy will turn on if that rail wasn't broken. Let me grab the rail again. Items all over the place. It's all messy. Okay, what don't I need? That. So if we put a hopper on there and we throw some items in, you see that turns on, so it would leave. But what we do here is that we plug this thing saying, hey, don't turn on until we have more power than like 2/3 or whatever, like 1/3 I think it actually ended up being, which is weird. The math does not quite work out right. But once I throw a bunch of items in here and fill it up a little bit, then it will come off. So we don't want this guy leaving with like just one item in it. We want him leaving when we have a ton of stuff. And I also added some lights, so when the minecart's on there, that light will turn on saying, hey, we're ready, take some items away. And when there's items in here, this light will turn on saying, hey, you got some items. So yeah, I'm going to go explain this a little better and build this for you guys on the Spazcraft. So I had a bit of a problem. The audio kind of all freaked out and whatever. So I meant to build it and record building it, but it's kind of here, and the recording's like really bad. It's also me like fumbling around a lot. I kind of messed up way too many times, so it's not like high quality either, but sadly we're just gonna have to deal with explaining it instead of actually building it on screen, which I'm kind of bummed out about, but it'll be all okay. So we have this panel here, we have the out and the in, so if we have items in there, so some like items in there, that light will turn on, and this out is saying, hey, ready to export items, and if I throw like a few items in there, you'll see the light stays on, and that's just like we built in single player. It doesn't leave until it gets a bunch of items. Now the other thing is that it's really hard to get around in here. Barely fit everything, had to move some stuff around. But here we go, and I did not grab a minecart. That would help a lot to explain. I'll just grab this guy then. So we have this guy, and you can see our 3 powered rails have gone into him. Now, over here we have a chest with some items, and he won't leave until he gets a certain amount in him. And this thing is pretty much just like we saw with single player. This guy over here is just the other side of it. There's another comparator on the other side, and that just brings it up around and goes into that light right there, which you can see while I'm hopping. This side is a little bit different. You can see here's a detector. Oh, and since we don't really have a side of the chest, the detector had to kind of go around back. So here's the detector. If there's items in there, it kind of goes around and whatever. It's a little bit bigger, and I just fell down. And the other side, which now we can't get to or see, is our little simple system for the other guy. So when there's items in here, this thing pushes out, and then it is good to go. So I'm going to grab minecart and test this again, because hopefully it works. It was working earlier, but if you like pushed it too hard or not hard enough, then it would break on single player. So I think, oops, oh, it didn't have any items in there. Of course it's just going to come back down. Yep, there we go. So it's stuck there, and then it'll come back down, and all the items are out. So this is all working now. I'll actually record bringing this back down. I'm sorry that all got messed up, but we did build it on single player, luckily, so you know what's going on. But yeah, that's that little hub, little crazy hub of items for a storage system. Okay, so sort of clearing out some of the area. We are very constrained on space, but the rails are both going to come down here and kind of do a switch back this way. And actually what I noticed is that this kind of comes out above this area, and I'm thinking we're going to connect it down to the place down there. So what's probably going to happen is that I actually need some wood on me because I ran out of the slabs. Is that we're going to take some slabs and build out across like we did down there with those rails that go over on this side. But for me to do that, I'm going to end up needing to figure out what I'm doing for the walls over here. So I'm going to go and build that now. Also clear this out back a bit, and finally finish up this room. Okay, so most of this is going to be matching the patterns, and basically I'm just going to go straight up. The only tricky part is where these guys come across. And you can see down there we have, oops, it's always going to go by 3s. We have some pumpkins. I'm just going to throw some pumpkins in right here, and then we'll throw that over top. So the minecart will go through there, and I'm basically just going to do that around the whole side. And then we take our slabs like so. I'm going to go like that, and just come around. And I'm going to mirror that all the way up to the top, and we'll figure out something to do with the roof. And over here, I'll figure something out. I'm actually going to need these guys. My inventory is a mess right now. That's going to end up coming up, and then I don't know where the other one is. I guess this is kind of the roof going across, but I think I put that in a bad spot. No, this is right under that. Okay. What we can actually do is kick that back, probably, because that's going to look bad otherwise. And I think I'm going to do the same here. because we don't want all this shell, and we want to have the minimal impact on the walls. So I'm going to take this and actually place the torch there for this. Or actually, just don't place a torch is the option 2. Oops, I cannot mine this guy. Okay, yeah, we're just going to take the torch out. Bam, 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 and that's better. But I still had some on me. Okay, how are we going to do this? So, that, how does this shape look? Oh, it's kind of like diagonal. So this is just that. Bam, bam, bam. Bam. I don't know if I like that. I'm going to switch the shape up here a bit. I might try to do that. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so let's kick this guy back, because we don't want that to be over the rail, or at least visibly over the rail. I think back here might work for it. And then like so. I have no idea how this is going to look on the bottom, but I'm going to try it. That would go there. And then we'll cover that up. Just like that, I guess. And then this. Yeah, this will have to be kicked back one. So like there. Cool. And hopefully you won't be able to see this gap here too well. You jump down. Yes, that kind of blocks it off. Ooh, you're back in this corner. Kind of see it, but not really. How we can fix that, though, is make some stairs. And if I remember correctly, we have one of these guys, right? Okay, good. Oops, I did not mean to block my way. Oh, just went back down in there. Cool. Thank you, Hop. So we should be able to just do this. And that should work out fine. Hopefully. Okay. Oops, I did not flip a lever, did I? Yep, we need to send that guy over to Mike's. Okay. And... oh, that went through the one where there wasn't a stair. Okay, we can push him back, though, through the right one. Don't leave me. Okay, there we go. So, get the minecart. And then we're going to go on this one. And push. Ah, it doesn't go this way. Duh, because that's facing like that. If we do slabs, would it work? Oh, yes, I can still reach that. Hopefully it'll still work if we do slabs. And I cannot get through now. Well, we know that one works. I can break that for now. And then bam, bam. And grab you, push. Dang it. It's not going to work. Oh. Derp. I can just move this down. Why didn't I think of that earlier? Why did I not think of that first? That would have been so much simpler. Okay. Well, we figured out this problem. I'm going to finish on building the rest of this and then copying it up like so, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I just tested this. I can't put anything there, sadly, but it is kind of covered up. And this one, I was able to move out one more thing with it still being covered, and then we were able to drop that one down. And the middle one is, of course, good because there's no rail going through that. And then I brought this around, matched it as best I could to the bottom. This one I kicked back a bit, changed it up a bit because, of course, there was no bottom over here. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with this side. I'm going to have to actually jump down right now and see how that looks. This is a pretty wide one, and that might look a little weird. And what we can do, actually, make that look like it fits a little better, is that we can switch it up to this. Okay, torch works. Just need to block. There we go. I might look a little bit better. Go down here. Yeah, I'm definitely going to keep the kind of curved arch but that means we're going to have to do some decorating back there, so we don't have that ugly stone kind of behind all of this, but I think it turned out pretty well. Seeing that gap there definitely looks weird, so what we'll probably do is we'll probably cover that up and make sure all these blocks that we see behind here are of that color. So yeah, I'm going to get to work on that, and then I'm just going to mirror this up like we have done there and finish up this room. So the room has been now completed. I think it's looking pretty dang good, if I do say so myself. I mean, that's looking a little just bland at this point, maybe. It's just the same thing repeated over and over again, but I think it's fine. I think we have enough detail and texture, and I hear a zombie. Maybe this way more so, but it's so high up when you're just walking around, and especially since you're either going down to look at this or whatever, you're not going to be looking up and noticing it that much. So I think it's going to all work out. Now what we do have to do is go on up, and at this point just kind of a windy, weird staircase, which is fine because we're not going to need anything else. We won't be coming up here. This is just for building it. And I forgot rails. But let's grab some rails, and then we're going to hook these guys up and bring them down to the bottom. Okie dokie, so this is going to be, yeah, this is the import. This is what's going in the hopper. So we're going to take this guy down, and actually that's not going to work. Kick him out a bit. There we go, and bring this down around there. Okay, good. Rails work, and then it's got to come up and go through here. And then from here, we're going to take it down and connect it back at our system down there, and then we're going to do the same for the other side. Now, what we've got to remember is that this is going to reach, and it's going to work going this way, but we need to actually use all these powered rails because when we come back up, it's going to be going both directions, so I don't want to forget to add the powered rails in. But I'm just going to come along down here and break that guy, and it's going to come, and this will go across this one, just like so. So I'm going to connect this up now to down here, and then we're going to make the levers and switches for this. Oh, so I've broken down into our area over here, and we're a little ways over towards this direction. But I think these are just going to keep going this way, and then we're going to connect another rail into them. So maybe like this one. We can go over here and we can label it. And this will be... Oh, where'd the item go? We just lost the item. Where'd the sign go? Did it, like, just glitch through the floor? Weird. Aha! There it is. I found it. Just gotta jump up and get it. So we'll say this one up to storage room. Storage room. So let's say we flick this lever, then grab some more of these guys. So that means, hey, it's gonna turn along here, and then we'll just send this guy along. This is the import one. This is an output. It should just go like that. What should really be happening is this. I was like completely off. We want to do that for the export. I don't know what I was thinking. We do that, and then we'll have it going like that. So then other items will come along, and when we push this guy, it'll go like that. Okay, that's how I want it to work. I don't know what I was doing. We kind of just did all that for nothing, and then it'll come along and come back. Okay, awesome. So we'll set this up. One thing I want to do, I should add like a cactus here or something, so it breaks the minecart when it comes back down here. Yeah, we should do that. Okay, so I've placed in the powered rails. This should be the import. So we're going to put 8 powered rails on here, and we're going to send them up to the storage room. And I do not need to hit that again. That needs to go along. We'll throw that guy back in there. And then we're going to head back up to the storage room, and we should get 8 powered rails. And actually, probably just saw that flying across. And I see something in the import chest. That light turned on, and we have 3. We only have 3, so I don't think our mechanism actually managed to catch it. Yep, so there should be, yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8 left in there. So I'm glad it works, but I think if we get the velocity too high going up at the end, that's when it breaks. So, let's just come in here. Because if the cart's moving too fast, our machine isn't gonna, the piston isn't gonna fire by the time it gets there and goes back. So, let's just kill this and this one, replace those with normal rails, and hopefully it'll work this time. Try number 2, place that down, place those in, push it along, and then what's going to be cool is when we have all sorts of things running, we'll see like the minecarts just go across this room, and I think this is going to be cool if we have minecarts just pull over a base. And if we get like automatic farms running with these guys, we'll see them flying across a lot. But I see this is on, so that's a good sign. Do we have 19? Yes, we do. So we got all 19 of the torches. It worked that time. It worked splendidly. And I think it's coming back just about now. There we go. Nothing's left in it. And I think it just picked up the chest. Yes, it did. Everything out of there. Good man. So there we go. We have that all working. So cool, now I just need to hook up the other side. So that's the import, and the export is that we're not even to connect it down to here. I'm just going to throw in some powered rails on this because we don't ever need to be exporting items to this lobby. We'll need to be exporting them to like the die factory or whatever. So for those, I think we'll have like a lever on these panels maybe, with signs saying where we want those to go. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to hatch that out yet, but yeah, I think that's just about what we wanted to get covered in today's episode. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I feel like I need an outro thing, like, and something, and be spazzy. I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I enjoyed recording this episode. I like getting everything automated, and I will see you guys in the next one.